Now we advise that one day for every Sierra Leonean, not the people, from authorities to calm down. We for land for balance. If you know say this particular incident, this particular thing where they go on now, if I continue for push, this time will be the result. Land for balance. Land for balance. Every Sierra Leonean, because it seems as if we're heading out for face head on. Anything we then say a little thing head on. No matter what you think, say for be the result. Land for balance. Make us start the program proper. Today, the 18th day of July 2020. On Saturdays, we can call in our table the things them will happen during the week na salon. But before that, we can look for compare today on COVID-19 status update figures to that of last Saturday. Last Saturday, na be the 11th of July 2020. That's so the numbers then be tallied. Last Saturday, the total confirmed cases now be 1,618. 1,618 now be the total for the cumulative confirmed cases. Today, now 1,701. 1,701. We want for tell we say from last Saturday to today, now 83 people test positive for coronavirus na salon. 83 people test positive for coronavirus na salon. Last Saturday, na be 63 total death we be don't get na salon. People will die of COVID-19. And today, na 65 people we don't get. So from last Saturday to today, na 2 people na we lost inside this week na salon. 2 people Recoveries. Last Saturday, the total number of people who be don't recover from coronavirus na salon na 1,141. 1,141. Today, now 1,237. We give say from last Saturday to today, now 96 people. 96 people now then beat COVID-19 na salon. In quarantine, last Saturday, now be 1,271. 1,271 now then be day in quarantine last Saturday. But today, now 753. 753. A difference of 518. A difference of 518 people not day in quarantine as compared to last Saturday. The one that on discharge. Last Saturday, we be get 8,184. 8,184. And today we get 8,920. 8,920 people wait on discharge from quarantine. So from last Saturday to today, we get 736 people wait on discharge from quarantine. 736 people were discharged from quarantine. So the numbers them as compared to last week, now so they look like. But when they come back, we can give today on update how it look like. But make we go and start from Sunday, because from last Saturday we'll be there, so now from Sunday we can take them. Let's see the things that we pass through Sierra Network for the week. Sunday, Freetown City Council being issue the flood risk warning. The first flood risk warning then be issued. And also on Sunday, where they see now every week, Education Weekly, where they come up from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School. What them be tell we say, last week now Education Weekly for the week from 6th July to 12th July, when in the future $102,000 plus K from Antonio Rodiga of Chelsea Football Club. We'll be discussing about that day last Saturday. And on Sunday, Sarah Network will upload we vlog where we will do a road trip drive from Waterloo to Moyamba Junction. And tomorrow Sunday, we go upload from Moyamba Junction to inside Moyamba Town. So make sure you subscribe to we Sarah Network Production YouTube channel so that yourself go get opportunity for make you go able for watch the videos them all they upload. On Sunday, the National Youth Commission said they be hand over tools under the Youth Entrepreneurship and Employment Program where African Development Bank, now them be the sponsor that one day, then be hand over to the Jala University. However, on Sunday, waiting be the then we learn a table, the problem into Pademba Road riot, the facts and the myth. If you be get opportunity for watch AYV on Sunday, you'll be know what in the discussion be look like. And then Sunday we'll be get 17 new confirmed cases, zero death, and 14 new recoveries from coronavirus. The Ministry of Information and Communication. There was a piece, an article where they write say UN commends President Bill for protecting women and girls. You go now the comments, you get over 53 comments them, and somebody go I don't know if we can just look for the headline or we can really read an article where we post. Because if you click on, you will know the source of this particular information, say, now from the Ministry of Information and Communication, where now one of the communication strategists now right time. But the person go write say Tripoli, na the label to the mother be led government like, please read. And the thing this will they talk, read. At least not to waiting person say you go able for. We'll be able share a piece where they be write for more content and the two other people them where then be laid to rest na Kabbalah over the weekend. The Director General of Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority be engaged, MTA and also the Ministry of Health and Sanitation on the safety measures for reopen the Lunge International Airport. You be there now, so you know it will be talk on yesterday. We'll be share last week Saturday, Dr. Aissatou Sef be there where he explained what's in Sarah Network Charity Foundation be do for the health workers them na Connaught Hospital. And definitely Calabash newspaper be cover the event, SLBC be cover the event, and it be then SLBC over the weekend last week, and also Calabash newspaper be then at the front page on Monday. And we have be share na Sarah Network we own website. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio unveiled the support for civil society and local authorities. On Monday, we be also launch a Salcab when the Sierra Leone Cable Company Limited said that they launch internet connectivity inside the 50 school buses them within a salon for them school picking them. Well, people let me take say that they not to correct thing why they not go put internet now the schools them, and even though they no say the schools they not get light. The same people where they say why they not go put on the school them, now the same one they say, well, if because they no say the schools they not get light, so now they not go put on the now they put on inside bus. They say, well, then put an inside bus so that the school picking go they browse by WhatsApp and Facebook before they go school. You not glad the way they put an inside the bus? They either put on the bus or they not put them at all or waiting. That's a Salcab. Say, then they launch. And when this particular reopening of school happen right now, talk to the camera, the worker inside Fikitong, we're not able to find no school bus. Because we'll be on for interview and see how the school bus they run right now for them school picking them level, observe the social distancing and everything. No, we've tried twice. We're not fan school bus. So it seems as if school bus not there for them picking them right now where they go school. So how safe are they? Or maybe they put the internet and make school bus not there. But definitely next week, we will go for going to council. Make we go ask, say, where the school bus them? Maybe they don't put the internet, they don't, at the school bus them, maybe then go come on and do. On Monday, we will get 7 new confirmed cases, 0 death, and 21 new recoveries from coronavirus. Sierra Leone National Electoral Commission then be presented the 2019 annual report to President Bio. And we all see, say President Bio don't nominate a new commissioner for the National Electoral Commission. Down the back, they make waves on social media. Or that they say he not legally binding, in a possible way. Everybody they talking on. But make we see how Parliament go do the approval. FCC, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and NACOVAC, then will launch the Armed Forces Training Center, Community Care Center. They say they look place now inside Freetown because you go find out say Benguma they under Western area rural and not Western area urban. They say they be look for place for get this treatment center. They not be able to fend. So Benguma be able to open the mouth for them saying no waiting unakamekana. Because when I see that article I was like okay. Freetown City Council, Benguma, this not make right too, because Western area rural, then get their own mayor, and get their own chairman. Then after going through the article, we learn say, yes, this time be for Freetown. And for Freetown, but enable firm place for put on a Freetown. So now I made encounter on a Benguma. And on Monday, we've been dealing with the NACOVAC guidelines for the resumption of the congregational worship. Resumption of congregational worship. The Kamaya don't go work yesterday. Now one of the biggest mosques in Tong. And we will definitely try for visit tomorrow back the church them. Make we observe how people them and they talk to the Kamaya what in they feel where government of Sierra Leone is the restriction right now. On Tuesday, we become across the burial ceremony of the remaining inmates them will be lost in life na Pademba Road prison riot. Remember, they don't say, if people they no come on and do for identify the wire, then go bury. And indeed, over the weekend, last weekend, they don't bury the 24 people them will be there na mortuary. Dr. Sylvia Blyden being appear in a court, and then we get for adjourn, this time be during the week, then we get for adjourn the case, waiting do, because no lawyer not be appear for the state. No lawyer not appear for the state. Again on Tuesday, remember on Sunday, the Freetown City Council be issued a flood risk warning. On Tuesday again, then we do another one because waiting to that day, the rain not be easy. And we all be see footages them will be they fly na social media about how people them get for deal with that and they how some other areas them be they flood. On Tuesday, Sierra Leone be registered 9 new confirmed cases, 1 new death, and 15 new recoveries from coronavirus. And we'll be asked the question now on Tuesday, what will be deal with? The rainy season don't come, waiting next. Now we get opportunity for call the number where Freetown City Council be share for say, if you, in case you dey in distress, you get disaster during the rain, then advise people and say, net cannot sleep, open you eye. Could you make you watch fine? Because waiting do, now that 10 day, 9 disaster can happen. Call this number. Within it was night time in Sierra Leone. We call the number. Nobody no answer because waiting do the number be day off. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio, they encourage support from parents them and also the community for help for end rape na salon. For help for end waiting, rape na salon. Well, in that note, the First Lady, himself, whenever he make video or he talk, people in there, where they say, waiting they talk, never come up from First Lady. And this particular week or this so, it don't make social media headlines. And so the latest one where he try for address about how for handle rape inside salon. The other time, Nabo, President Beobi Timapniade, and you be here waiting he say. This one, na in office. He sit down, and you hear waiting he say. Waiting you take out of the entire message. But indeed, it don't make headline na social media. As always, as long as he talk, he will make a headline. Sierra Leone be registered 17 new confirmed cases, 0 death, and 10 new recoveries from coronavirus on Wednesday. What will be laid on the table on Wednesday? Now the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority will then say them be don't suspend with immediate effect anything we then get for do with Mr. Alpha Amadou Ba, when I am the president for Motor Drivers Union. And then be they encourage, then be they waiting, then be they encourage the Motor Drivers Union for make them pick somebody where then go deal with. However, to the end of the week, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority now then go ahead now with them pick person for put now and ask the interim president for Motor Drivers Union, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, now then go ahead then pick person. Salon. On Thursday, Men's Up, they say they get 100 men's march on sexual and gender-based violence in the way they happen at Salon. They be come out, no arrest not be made that day. They be then continue. We say we get opportunity for stream them. The camera be did. We talk to a lot of people. Don't worry, you will see it. Trust Sierra Network. Ambassador Maria Brewer, when I want by the pictures the way you see na Facebook, if you watch through Facebook Live, or if you watch now on YouTube later, Ambassador Maria Brewer be meet with the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Anthony Brewer. Brewer meets Brewer, not so. So, the ambassador and in workers there, then go meet the Attorney General for make them get themselves acquainted together, make them try for know themselves. I think say it was necessary. That same Thursday, you know, woman became it to we say the case where ACC and the former minister Timbo get. It look like say ACC look there on the losing side. Stay tuned. People then come. Salon, you know. Okay, make a left for that one day and continue. Introduction and reading of the Public Order, the Amendment Act of 2020 and the IMC Act 2020. I don't know if you get opportunity for watch the parliamentary sittings, the parliamentary debates. You get opportunity for watch, huh? How it be look like to you for discuss that issue there? Which parliamentarian will stand out to you inside that room there in discussing that kind of matter? On Thursday, we will get 10 new confirmed cases and 0 death and 13 new recoveries from coronavirus. And we will get from the judiciary of Sierra Leone for saying Honorable Alpha Usman Timbo and 4 other people they don't discharge them of all 15 count charge. And then they will be laying at table now on Thursday. And we will be follow the discussion. We know how that one day be go. But if you remember, waiting I be talking now, I know say ACC go come back. All right. The next day morning, we read from the Twitter feed of the Commissioner of ACC, Francis Benkefala. He said then withdraw the file for review and for take any other next step necessary. Then begin at 98.1, the media team, then begin at AYV. That's the morning day for go and explain why this happened. What do you mean they say this happened? They say then withdraw the file because of waiting. The former AG, the former Attorney General, will be there under. Please see, let's watch. They say, in be insist this particular case, jury for Sidon. Antico our options say, then say, jury not for Sidon param. If for be judge only case. Because they don't want to make jury Sidon. Pardon case. And so because of that, now I make them withdraw the matter right now for review and see for take any other step. That's what they tell we. So people then they say, why now that they can't talk? Say, that one we been day, we know the day again. Dr. Priscilla, we know the day again. Why now that they talk and say, na ain't be the person? If na ain't the one use as black sheep. Well, let me see how this matter they go. Because then say, it was not acquit and discharge. Now they word that one they wouldn't tell we. They say not to acquit and discharge. Now just discharge. Now just discharge, not acquit. So the case, they not acquit them. It can pop up at any time. Let me see how that one they all up. Sierra Leone Football Association said they don't disburse 1.5 billion leones to District Football Association them. This is another one. Construction of $1.4 billion seaport for bombs in the pipeline, says Dr. Tambi. The same Dr. Tambi will be telling we about Lungi Bridge. And this one, he say, we foresee him in effect before 2020 done. Before 2020 done, we foresee this one, a construction of a seaport, we get for cost $1.4 billion. Na bond, $1.4 billion. They say the talks, they on the pipeline. We are waiting. Car power ship. You know it's in a car power ship. Then 2 ships they hold in a water where they give light na salon. The 2 ships them from Turkey where they give light na salon. They don't enter a 5-year deal. A 5 years deal with Sierra Leone government. 5 years. The ship. The ship, 5 years deal. Then break down for we say, when the rents then come, by the deal we then sign, then they reduce. So I think 1 ship get for go. You don't remember just that last time, when the rent begin back, then come. But waiting this deal entails, the figures them, we then agree on now, they not agree for disclose. They not disclose them. But sometimes, at the initial stage, sometime by next week, then go tell we. Because we really need for can lay this on the table. Say the ship don't get another 5-year contract and salon. How sustainable we ready for make light business? The same light we don't cause trouble today in Makeni. How sustainable we ready for get light inside Sierra Leone? Because for the next 5 years, we have a deal with the car power ship. Chief Minister be affirm President be in vision for protect the environment. Parliament be commit the media bill to legislative committee. I don't know if you know, say we get 2 Facebook page, where one Sierra Network Salon and the other one Sierra Network Comedy. The Sierra Network Radio. Well, the Sierra Network Radio page, we don't change it now to Sierra Network Comedy page. So whatever is there is going to be strictly comedy. Even this program, what they do now, you know, did it. So if you find an house, if you're not going to say it again. But if you want to see all we comedies, them, now we don't get a dedicated Facebook page. Go na Sierra Network Comedy Facebook page. You will find all we comedies then there. Sierra Leone safety and public health guidelines for all passenger them na the Freetown International Airport. Then we pull out yesterday. Then pull out them yesterday. And yesterday, now then they will be canling a table. And we not just canling, we bring the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, making can help we understand. I believe you'll be there. If you not be there, wait till you. I hope say you don't go tell other person. It in a YouTube. So go find the travel advisory for the reopening of the Freetown International Airport. Share them. Because then they go straight to the point. Maybe you go say how they do now. Facebook, you can get music, you know, go able for wait till the program they come on. But on the YouTube, now straight to the point, straight to the matter. And yesterday we got 10 confirmed new cases, 1 new death, and 6 new recoveries from coronavirus. Another video where they make trend on social media. The Minister of Lands, Dr. Dennis Sandy, and somebody, when I am a strong supporter of the SLPP, the minister, in office, they accuse the person, say, out which gun, for can fire the minister. And if you look at the comment section, this the person, where you don't take pictures then, with the likes of the president of Sierra Leone, and also the vice president of Sierra Leone. And the minister on right now the video, the man want for explain. They not agree make he explain. They say can shoot the minister with which gun. But he not be able to explain. So all the explanation, it was one-sided. Make clear talk. They ask, who that send you? Who that send you? You don't see the video? It in our Facebook page. Government of Sierra Leone today be issue a press release on the attempt by EDSA for relocate the 1.65 megawatt thermal power generator. Now that one day, now be bring the God from last night. Now be bring them. According to waiting, because we play on our AYV be the stream, so we self stream them, make we followers and self go able for watch. The Minister of Energy, Dr. Kanja, what he say? He say these talks be done there for 1 month ago. Listen, he say, then be contact the mayor, Namakeni, then be contact stakeholders, Namakeni, then go ahead for even contact the APC Secretary General, Ambassador Usman for the answer concerning this. For Seduya, they want can length. They want can length. The ministry want can length. EDSA want can length. 1 party 2 standby generators them. We see them na the EDSA facility na Makeni. He say, na they want and they say, then go come back to them. He say, they not ever come back to them. Well now, airport gate for can open. So because airport gate for can open, they need a generator. Na Lunge. So they say, well, until we don't ask them people and then they not come back to it, make we go take the generator. And can go Lunge. Now this thing will end up people and lost their life. And so it begin. The one they will go now for go take. They say the youth they attack, they say no, they not go pull a generator there. Some of the youth they say, because they do the same thing at Kono. They say then they go length the generator at Kono. They say till to date, they not carry the generator at Kono again. So kono, then land say kono even they suffer for light right now. So now based on that, then map say if they can't pull this generator na ya, they no go count again. The officers then will be there. The youth then claim say, then fire live bullet. A lot of videos them day. We go show you who side live bullets then they fire. Go on social media, you go see. There was an opportunity for AYV for interview. The AIG, Northeast, he say in officer them, they no fire live bullets. He say na tear gas, na in them fire. Then use the force when necessary. So now they ask and say, well, how comes this? Now he say something at the people them. They might have guns. That's what he say. He say, but may they left them to investigation. Investigation go prove them right or a wrong. Investigation. So now so be happened today na McKinney. From last night, to be there till this morning. So as we speak now, indefinite curfew then na McKinney. But the generator still sit them inside EDSA. It not accommodate. Some people in the claim another video, it pass 20-50 video a day. Somebody they claim say, I think they get place where they call Adra. Na McKinney, where them be the supply light. They say they get then generator, they pass Amos and say why they no go take day. Other people and they say, this is the property of EDSA and not to the property of McKinney. Okay. So now so the thing be happen now. With all the God, with the loss of lives. On records, they be able to confirm, say 3 people lost their life. But unconfirmed sources say them boku past that. McKinney today. We have be able to share a video from Abdul Rahman Bangura when I want to check where the McKinney and he be at the McKinney Government Hospital. Where they call the wounded today, they have no emergency center. Na first aid. Somebody there, per that video there, where the bullets, they say, somebody way for take the study for exam. So maybe they go outside for go study. Now the bullets go meet them. Now in aid, the bullets be there in aid. Waiting that they do at the hospital, because there is no emergency center at the hospital, now first aid treatment, then they give. Remember, with all that crowd today, with all touching those people who don't want to say want help and waiting, and Corona is still there because suicide they put people on bike. The injured go there middle, the bike man, and somebody go there behind. What if that person they get COVID-19? Salon. So, now so the things happen na McKinney. Make we just give today on numbers them for COVID-19. Remember, the active case search is still on. We the target 400 tests per day. Now we are waiting the numbers they look like. 136 tests was conducted. 136 tests and then conduct today. Out of that 136 for the past 24 hours, 14 was positive. 13 was positive. If we break down the 13 by district, now so they look like Western area urban, 3. Western area rural, 3. Pujeon, 3. Kenema, 2. And Bond, 2. Now then come with 13 new cases for today. When you do it, so all the numbers them, you be they compare first with the previous one. This is the thing them we pass through Sierra Network for today. And on Saturdays, anything we pass na your radar, you have get opportunity for talk bottom. But please, we want to ask the people them. Let we learn for able for understand say we all not go agree on the same thing. We all can't agree on the same thing. Make we just get that understanding there so that you go respect the next man in views, even if you feel say you're not correct. Now the way where you go talk to them, now you go able make you understand who say you they come out from. The way where you engage them, now you go make you able for understand. Eh? Make we call to Usmantoli, make we waiting igole na table. Yes, Usmantoli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A. Before ever I dive into the real issues, then I will just quickly say, lovely brother and sister that we lost their life. Na Makini, let them soul rest in peace. And we condolences to their family them. It's a very unfortunate situation. And we not would like foresee we country they lost lives in that way. Today I will just look at two areas then. The first talk about the airport operational guidelines. And from there, swiftly, I will go to some quick analysis on the incident we happened in McKinney Way and the McKinney riot. Okay, quickly, let's start with the airport operational guidelines, where the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation, where Moses Tifa Bao Khan yesterday can explain to me. First of all, my apology to him because not being thank him for that fantastic interview where he can make with yesterday. As you know, AAA, there are other Sierra Leoneans them where you can invite now this program, but for some reason they know say we're very objective now this platform here. So sometimes when they wait and call them and they refuse for come. But now one of the man that we always willing and volunteer for come, share your knowledge with we. So we thank them very much for that. Yesterday, one of the sensitive points that we raised were a concern to every Sierra Leonean on the issue of the opening of the airport. Now that cost were involved, especially to we the diasporans. And one of the callers then, they plead with Sierra Leonean yesterday, say, you know, Salone are we country, so law land for the patriotic law make some financial sacrifices towards paying the 1.3 million loans for who would go and come on at the country. In as much as we appreciate and plead with we for how we contribute to the cost, but also we urge this caller for think about the cost and benefit analysis for we for pay that 1,300,000. We'll get for look at the cost and benefit analysis. The benefits not only to we the diasporans, because we believe to a very large extent that 1,300,000, the burden is there on we the diasporans. Right? The simple reason is this. We'll look at some of the cost we the government for we don't look at with an imposed amount here. As you know, a good number of we not to say, I mean, no one pay. But first of all, we think say the charge is too exorbitant, it's too much. Yeah, it's too high. Yeah, at least, you know, for both ways, if you have been something like 600 or 500, then we can understand. But to the point of levying 1.3 million, I think that was too much. And that's what we talked about yesterday. And when you look at the cost analysis, not only to we, the diasporans, but also to the side of the government. The simple fact that the airports don't stagnate. If we don't stay at a standstill. In other words, no activity normally take place. So in order for reactivate this, for increased economic activity, there should be some form of incentive. And I don't think paying 1.3 million leones is an incentive. I make it quite clear yesterday. One of my greatest concerns yesterday, what I make is that at this point in time, it's very difficult for law we get foreign nationals where they travel go salon. The simple fact is that, we're not a highly tourist attractive place. We will say you go open this airport today, they see influx of foreign nationals and they come because of what we get in our country, because we're in a tourist attractive country. It was very difficult to see. So the only people that are here, where I believe say, they go let for going to their country, they go eager for going to their country, but left for go develop their country. And the diasporans. Then if you can't put short and high burden on them, I think say to a very large extent, it will discourage them from going to their country. That was my and if you think about it, most diasporans when they go under, so they go with so many objectives. Some they go for go billows, some for go establish, some then they for go see them family. And when they travel, will they go to money them? Will they go to Forex? They don't really think about the increase in economic activity what we make when we visit another country there. And that's what we need now as the economy they unlock. We need an increase in economic activity. Yeah? So when you look at the cost, when they levy on we, and you compare to what we can go in terms of increase in economic activity, I think say the disadvantage is far outweigh the advantage. That is what we are doing.
Usman Toli, I just want only this small. I think some people are not be there by yesterday program. So then they ask within the 1.3 for it can break and down for them so that they can able to understand small. Okay.
The 1.3 million leones is about, then say, before you go na salon, go then at the diaspora, before you visit salon, you get for pay for the test, the COVID-19 test. Then say then they do 2 tests. Then 2 tests here, each one for cost 400,000. So make them to 800,000 for the test. So that when you reach now Freetown, they will do the test by you and then decide whether you can go or not. Then 800,000 just for that. And that when you left the country, come back na Europe or America or na the diaspora, you get for pay another 500,000. So meaning altogether for the 2 tests where they perform, the 3 tests last week, so you get for pay 1,300,000. So now the argument this we'll get yesterday say it's too much for the diasporans. After all, we are all Sierra Leoneans then. We go visit the country for the love of the country. The argument from the Director General yesterday was that then they cater for Sierra Leoneans then we base na salon. So therefore, they make them free for Sierra Leoneans then we base inside Sierra Leone. But having said that, do they consider we own contribution we will make in that country then consider say we serve na Sierra Leoneans then? That was the argument we will make. So we would plead on the government, but let them rethink on that charge day. Because we see yesterday, we see from the forum, it's not another way for survey. A good number of the callers, the one that already make comment, they say they're not going to go salon because of that sort of cost we involved. So that are critical, not clear evidence, but should say they are not happy with the cost. Okay, now I move to the critical issue now, when at the McKinney riot. And I want to be highly objective. And as I say, this is not a very sensitive topic, but I will just pose some questions then, and then let them to other callers then, for let them see what you then think. The issue of McKinney, first of all, I will look at from the authority perspective, and I look at from the McKinney resident perspective. And then from there, I will critically draw some points them where I see they are quite sensitive. You see, the old thing is based on one, lawlessness, talk about ignorance, talk about unemployment, talk about regionalism, you talk about misinformation. The combination of all this now caused the riot in McKinney. Yeah? And I will break these things down so that we all go understand them. Yeah? Okay, critically, now look at the authorities then. That is when I say the authority from the EDSA perspective. Yeah, from the EDSA perspective. We listen to the minister of, the minister we actually supervise EDSA. Basically, he engaged the stakeholders. He engaged the stakeholders. In other words, inform them about the ongoing situation at Lunge. So therefore, he will let them relocate the standby generator with 1.65 megawatts na Lunge International Airport where they need them urgently. But no response, get from them. We don't know whether he follow up or not, but no response. So consequently, he instruct for who collect this generator. We bring about the riot. You see, first of all, before I dive into the issues, then, I just want to call on my brothers and sisters, then. Let them understand this. Let them not allow any politician or mislead them because life now one. When you see loss, it don't go. You therefore take care of your life. Yeah, no can kill yourself for politician. You're right, actually, now you're right. But there are certain things that you therefore behave responsibly. Now that's first my own advice. Okay, and again, we therefore talk to the authorities then. These are some of the consequences then who they face. Where successive government after government, then they disappoint the youth. Then they disappoint we and our country. You see, employment, no employment for over 70%, or nearly 70% of the youth that are country they are unemployed. Some of them therefore create job for themselves in the informal sector. So make them highly vulnerable. For every small thing, they take a high. Yeah? Those governments, be it APC, SRPP, they're all on failure. They're all on failure. Because we get high level of youth unemployment. These are some of the consequences. Yeah? Let me say this. Let me be very, very serious this. First of all, I condemn the use of bullets. Highly condemned on it in all shape or form. We have seen the videos. We don't see the evidence. We don't see the youth, and most of them are harmless. They don't get no weapon, they don't get no ammunition. It's just ignorance. And I make them take to the street. I think the type of force being used is excessive. No doubt about it. Although the AIG, McKinney, or whatever, Toxie, they don't use bullet. But evidence, whether it come out from the police now or from the military, as you see, AAA, maybe not to the police, maybe not the military, then fire the bullets them. So he try for Toxie because he's a police officer, will comment the side of the military, or he say maybe not the youth them fire the bullet, which is very highly controversial. But the key issue is this, yeah? The use of force is excessive. They use them force them, and people them, when I youth them, when they're ignorant, some of them have been misinformed. They don't get a clear picture of what things go on. Then just take to the street. I think there would have been a better way for address the situation. Yeah? We see the Tombo riot. Although itself been killed, but it was very minimal. What happened at the Tombo riot? You see the youth minister come out, talk to the youth, then let them put them, things them down, and they listen. That would have been an optional strategy. That would have been an optional strategy. The use of tear gas, the use of rubber bullets, those are other ways they way for we don't use. I feel say those things don't enough for come because I see a crowd. Doubtless of anybody will see that crowd, say tear gas, bullets, rubber bullets, or more diplomatic way of bringing the youth them, calm them down. Yeah? Then get somebody with respect. Now, McKinney Town will come out and talk to them, they put them youth and they calm them down with, But the use of excessive force, I think, is highly problematic. Now, one of the things that we see on the side of the authority, we don't know for don't use. On the side of the McKinney residents, that is complete lawlessness, complete lawlessness, and complete ignorance. Because the fact is this, yeah? This property doesn't belong to McKinney. I don't know if they understand that. This generator, don't belong to McKinney. Yeah? This is a property of EDSA. It's a property of EDSA, and EDSA is being supervised by the Ministry of Energy and Power. So it's a property of the state. Yeah? And if then people and free say, then why would they distribute the power? Then free say there's no parental efficiency here. Yeah? There's no parental efficiency. There is parental inefficiency. Yeah? We say them for distribute the light efficiently and economically, then get power, then get the right for reallocate them to who side them say if or they. You as a citizen, you don't get a right for dictate what you them for do. This is the honest truth. Because now then they operate that place day, they know who side deficiencies then they, they know who side loopholes then they, and then things say at this point in time, you are well off. Not okay now yeah, for now. So now we have responsibility for ensuring we share the resources of the state equally, or even if not equally, but efficiently. Yeah? Even if not equally, but it has to be shared efficiently. So now they have responsibility that. But again, we go to the questions. How did they communicate with them? Did they communicate well with the youth then? Did they communicate with the stakeholders then? They say they do. Did they follow up? Those are some of the questions that we need for ask. Again, the issue of regionalism. Yeah? The issue of regionalism, it can't play inside it small. Yeah? Mixed with politics. Mixed with politics. This now we own gone. Nobody know they can't take care of Kergu and if you say then take this and Kergu. But did they understand the work of the authorities then the authorities again, they will be blamed for not doing their job. Yeah? But the authority, the responsibility, as I say, for be parental efficient. Yeah? So now then for make sure say who share resources and for they or for any reallocation, now they own duty for reallocate for bring parental efficiency. And who share that missing? We will also blame them back at the same time. Imagine we come out again. Within this short period of time, we don't get light. The authorities again will be blamed. So if they think say it's their time for do this, I think say the youth them, they're not for don't take to the street. This is why I call on the youth. Yeah, we brother them, we sisters them. And McKinney, behave responsibly. This government don't care. They don't care. Then they kill you, they left off at the end of the day. So now you get your life. Now you for take care of them. Whether life they go, they come again. Don't kill yourself for politicians. All these politicians are the same. Government go, government come. APC go, SRPP come. They are all the same. Yeah? They are all the same people. They only care about their own selfish interest. Yeah? Under normal circumstance. Yeah? All NTI and the politicians and they mix up divide and rule we. So I will put this on the table But they continue for COVID, bother them, let them behave responsibly. Yeah? So, this woman I want to put on the table, AAA. Thank you very much for giving me so much time for talk on this issue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Tholi. Thank you. And before I go to next panelist, I see a lot of questions concerning what we talked about yesterday. We're not able to go through everything. SN Radio, na YouTube, you were able to hear from the Director General himself. Go na SN Radio na YouTube and search there. You will see the latest video. If you don't want today, if you don't want tomorrow, look for the second one. But make I just help we quick with some of the questions them where people and they ask right now on our Facebook. Okay, before you go salon, you get for do a test from the country where you come out from. You get for do a COVID-19 test from the country where you come out from. If you not do that test there, you're not able for go salon. Because waiting do, you get for submit your result now the online portal. Then get series of questions them. Then get a website where you get for visit. Then you answer all the questions them. Then you submit your result. And that result where you submit, the issue date enough for don't pass 72 hours. The issue date enough for pass 72 hours. So I hope you understand what I explain, because if people then come back then go get for, I'm not going able, because this one to go to repeat, and I make it start there be big people and say, do ya wanna share this link to other people? I mean, the Director General himself, we are the diaspora and we are affected more. When you don't submit all information, your passport information and all waiting you need for submit, where you don't submit and done, it will give you a travel authorization. If you sleep and you print and now, then they send an email to you. Where you go to airport from the home country where you travel from, where you go to airport, now that one day the airline they ask you for. If you don't have it, don't go to the airport, because the airline not the care you go salon. So now they first for start. And Pekin come from 2 years down, they are exempted. 2 years down. But from 3 years go up, they are all counted for Pekin. So the Pekin themselves get for take the test from 3 years about and say from 2 years go down, they are exempted. So you don't understand now. You they take that way, you they pay 800,000 and at the online, not away reach and salon you they go pay. You they pay online. Now all that one day, we don't go through all the process day. Now that thing day, you go able to get that Sierra Leone travel authorization. If you not go through the process, you know they get them. If you not go through them, you know they get them. So make we understand this. Who they big? We don't reach salon. Then they do 2 tests. Then get a rapid one. Then that one day they go through the normal procedures of temperature check and all this thing. They say then they disinfect all thing, but now they test it now. Then get a rapid one. Then they get the PCR way that one day now any team up with. In result, then take them strong past the first test. But then they do all 2. If the rapid say you are positive, you get for pay for your hotel from 24 to 48 hours for wait for that second test in result. If that one they say you are negative, then they let you make you go. You don't understand. But I will tell you the lodge for that 2 days, now you they pay for them. But if the first test don't say you negative, then the left field make you go. But then they get a contact. Where you go, make sure say you get an unlock phone. Or you get a number where you get for give them for contact you. Because then say where you go, they need, if you not get a SIM, then go need a SIM from you. You get, it's a whole, not so easy. These are not normal times. This is not so normal times. So then get boku. But these are just a break and down for you. And remember, if you take 5 days na salon, if you say 5 up to 6 days, but if you take 1 week, you go get for pay that 500,000 for return back. But if na 5 days, then they pay 500,000 for return back. The 500,000 they pay, and for do the return test. For test you say where you go salon, you don't go take COVID-19 for return back to the home country where you come out. But if you think, say, you know one for go na the centers them, outside then go provide, say, na they for go take the test, but then can you host, you they pay 700,000. Now 200,000 they put on top of that one day. Now 700,000 they go take na you host. And go take you swab na you host. But if you're positive, on 2 occasions, the way you go, the way they come, then they send text to you. Then they call you, say, you are positive, who's are you day? So maybe ask them and say, this one, in case the person run away. Even donor from the diaspora, the person goes, hey, would I may not get them, yeah? Why don't take a hand and say, I not get them, now they can say, I get them. Then the person, he run away. If you be there, ask the question. And you wait the answer. But please, if you want no more, go na YouTube. The entire program did it. Somebody they say we need for car with the DJ again. We don't promise and say when the airport open, when the airport open and then begin for flights, then begin for Kamna Salon, we go definitely try for bring them back. So that Ingo can explain to we more how the process don't they go. But for now, na the Leone Salon. If you feel say it's not okay for you, my advice for you, left salon give them first. You not think so? Sometimes if we all not go, then go think again. Say, hey, what's make people in it? Maybe not them measures there. Or maybe then just no one for make we go. They want open the airports no more. One kind way, one way or the other. But they know how make we go. But now the money that one do. 1.3 million and get about $200 for hotel just in case you test positive when you reach there. Now the Leone Salon. The Leone Salon. Now in that. Make we count Dr. Aissatou Kakejalo. Make we waiting a get for we today. Yes, doctor, you get the platform.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope say everybody they do well. For me, not a short week, given the fact that I wasn't around throughout the week. But I want to start by saying that the last time we had been talk Monday about the opening of the mosques and the measures that we don't put in place. With the hope, say, the religious centers then go all abide, and also the people then where they go for good and worship and then go do them peacefully, that they not go get any interruption. We can't within the worship. And as I don't mention, the timing within Gideon is somewhat not appropriate, because if somebody they go for good worship, and as long as you don't abide to all the measures them where they don't put in place, that not the face wearing, hand washing, social distancing, they don't mark all the space them, now the mosque or now the churches them, them for be allowed to pray, at their own peace, to wait and they feel like, say, oh my God, I need to hurry up, that's not how you worship, in your religion. I'm sure, especially, Muslims or Christians, they have long services, like the Juma prayer, like Abide mentioned, at least 1 hour, because that's a standard. They have to go through kutuba, they have prayer time, and then after prayer, they have to make dua. So Lord, look into that. I don't know which are the next agenda in terms of how they address this. And the other thing was, I don't know, we them been bring up them measures there, them been really get some advice, or insight from the religious council then, because, then would be able to advise them on really things like this. When you make decisions like this, you need to include all stakeholders and include all people. Then we say you need for hearing from them. It's good to
Dr.
make
I want all you on that basis. Yes. These regulations come out from the religious councils. And this one way they talk so based on the Muslim side, they interview the person where be they na that panel, and it justify this one way you they try for things them for you think he justified it. I'll try for send you that link there, make you hear him way in the talk continue. I just want to make you know, say, the religious leaders were informed. Now, in base with waiting and talk, now Enakovac agree with, and Enakovac self do waiting and do. And when they come back to the religious leaders, and they're not enough round from this, they all agree, say, yes, now so it for be.
Okay. Triple that, would be the case, they then did involve them, but what they think in that light is like the fact that they don't say, they don't close the mocks them, so the people then will agree to anything just for letting them open the mocks them. Sometimes you therefore think in that direction. They say, then religious leaders, they are, they don't do the one who mosques, the one really do them prayers them within the mosques, because the mosque or the church now is sanctuary area where you say quiet, it's different from your home. And that makes sometimes, then they say get up middle of the night where everybody they sleep, you pray, you get some people to worry you. But within our mosques, you see, they even see they feel the difference within a mosque than where they do and you host. So I'm sure those are some of the reasons why they agree to whatever thing we then talk about. Yeah, I'm willing to look at it, but for me, I just feel putting a time clock on people on for when it comes to worshiping not make sense. They don't lift curfews, from let's say 6 to 9, then 9 to 11, and up to 11 o'clock. Those are the times actually they need to reinforce and ensure that people follow the rules there. They don't follow the rules when they're out there in the beaches, when they're out there in the restaurant or the street. They don't follow nothing. But I know for fact, in religious centers, whether in a mosque or churches, people in the adhere, people in they listen to them pastors, and they listen to the imam, because you will get a fear of God in you. You definitely get to listen to those people because they were put there for a reason, right? So now that I feel about that specific area day. Then I want to go into the fact I talk about vaccine. We don't come on, we don't test on. That started in March of 2020. That was March 16th, and then they test on 45 healthy people. Where they say 15 of them been get 2 of the vaccine 28 days apart, while the remaining get 1 dose of the vaccine. So that didn't have been the phase 1 of the trial up to April. Then April to April to July, now the phase 2. So as you remember, what I've been present now, we don't talk about different phases of drug treatments and things like that. Phase 1, where they deal with a very limited amount of people just to test the safest dose for them to give somebody, and also for see how effective for ensure say the drug will work, right? And then also identify some of the side effects them where they will come with the drug or whether or not a vaccine and things like that. So within that phase 1 trial and phase, they find out most people that not report no serious side effect. Right, the side effect. The only way we feel, let's say, the side effect was like systemic, meaning like you get different symptoms than within your body. Was one we get the 2 doses of the vaccine. But even though they report them cases, then people and they been also get more immunity towards the vaccine compared to the one that we just get one. So this vaccine, as it come up, some of the things that we experience now, fatigue, right? You will get fever, and then you will get soreness at the site where they give the injection and headaches. And also your body could ask myalgia. Then thing they also now expected side effect when it comes to vaccination. It just will take a few days, it will wear out, just like the flu vaccine. Somebody you see, I never take the flu vaccine because it make us sick. Without sickness what they give, but it protect you compared to the person who not get vaccine. So as the vaccine they go into phase 3 clinical trial, where we say now whatever symptoms where the people that don't present with, now then they get a larger number of patients then or volunteers then will go into the trial for phase 3 when it starts at the end of this month, right? So we look forward to that vaccine really come because COVID-19, is here to stay. It's here to stay in the sense that the numbers will reduce, but we're going to live with it. Right? It's just another human coronavirus that came in 2019. So people have to just adhere and ensure that they do everything they have to do, right? So, and you mentioned something about, when you go, which I really missed that completely, but, based on your report, you therefore test before you go to a salon, when you get it, they therefore test you, and then also when you come back. My only concern here, not to every side, and every hospital or clinic will willing for do rapid testing, for give result to people them within 72 hours what they need for upload into the system so that we know see them whether they are negative. That's going to be a challenge. So I feel the need for go with the guidelines because now they will really put a pressure on those that want to really travel, But if I would say this to any diaspora, if you feel sick, you travel, can wait. Maybe you want to wait. At this point, you may want to wait. Salon not a place where you go right now and expect say you will get the same treatment when it comes to quarantine. Get that. That's not happening. We've been talking about that. And we see what people they go to. And they already don't put a price tag as to what you therefore pay for and which you therefore be responsible for. So if you don't see another for adhere and follow all the rules and what the government don't put in place. Because think about it, Salon government, they try to secure the country. At the same time, we don't need additional positive cases into the country, just like we don't want that positive cases and left the country for enter the international community because then what thing them will begin to say, now they counter, So those are some of the things people have to really think about. I'm sure we all want to travel, right? So as long as when the season done, just we see a ton of us going to flow down there. But as we do that, be ready for listen. The other thing when you mentioned about the first lady, whenever you speak, your advice. I don't know if they will listen to me, but if they hear me, I think it's good. Let they talk to people that we trust as you speak in public. Because the reason is being a first lady, you get a role. You get a responsibility. You get young girls and women looking up to you so that you can say something that inspires them.
Doctor,
okay?
I want to bug you small. You say you don't know if you go listen to you. Nabandingo, sometimes if you talk to her in Mandingo, sometimes go listen to you.
Okay, you're right. Right. So let me say this. Fatima Jallo, Fatima Bio, Ilia Tetu, Nyafeli, Yitulma Mola. Yitulma Mola Muna, because Flamali became Yesala. Il est président Namsoudi. Il va point ma faux. Moi, il m'a fait la mena, dans la directeur, la Tamauka. Sonne la coin mendi, Dani le coin, Dani fouille fort. Jamanye, Yalong, le même fort là. Because il va même fort. Où les jouer là, check. So il a fait jouer la check. Mais le même fort, où les ni la, la, doit ça, mon calme. Il doit n'y a qu'on y a mal fort. Il va n'y a fort. Dieu est roi. So, what I just say right there, just to repeat that in Creole, I just try to say to the First Lady, say, in our First Lady, anything when you talk, it matters, right? And in being she being the First Lady, people look up to her, right? And she should try to think first before she talks. Because the way she speaks, people can use that against the husband. And she prays. I said, you pray. I know you pray. So you need to really think about before you speak. So that's what I think, and I hope that works. Because really, I think we care for her. I said that. We care for her in Sierra Leone, despite where she originally from, but she grew up in Sierra Leone. You know, as a child up till now, she's a Sierra Leonean just like us. You know, we really want the best for her. And we know she do have some good things in her. She just might need to speak to people that she trusts. She trusts that can give her a candid advice. And then that would help. You understand? Sometimes you can't vent everything that's on your chest, you know, given the role that you have. Because if you do that, you really affect the man with the will be. Because I should say, with president, it's just that he's surrounded by people that don't intend to do well for the country. Otherwise, I'm sure he has a lot of good things. And we're hoping that, you know, these people that are surrounding him will really think about what the agenda the president put up there. And the agenda is for our country to move forward, right? So that's not for the summary of the week. But briefly, Tripoli, I want to talk about, you know, we don't do sales on fundraising items, which I will actually share a slide of. So based on the fundraising, we started this in mid-June to up to yesterday. So we were able to raise some money for the charity because I post the information then at the WhatsApp group. People are within the WhatsApp group, then make some purchases. Not many, you know, which to me is somewhat not. I'm not happy with that, I have to say, and I have to be honest. As Sierra Leoneans, we really have to support one another. So within that group, there's a lot of people, over 30 people. Only about 5 people that made a purchase. And to me, that's not how we want to work, right? So I take these 10 items there. So actually, I harass my family members them. I harass my friends them. So even including my husband, I harassed him to buy for everybody in the house, you know. So, and my brothers, my sisters, you know, my friends. And then I took it to work, right? I had so many people that supported to buy some of these things. Even though they don't want it, they bought it. They said it's for a good cause. So a total of 91 people then. So within that 91, 5 people then win a Sierra Network family. People then we buy. I'm just like shocked with it. But I just feel like I need to say this. Right? And then I think we should really try to support. Like the last time Tony had mentioned this, if you're not interested in supporting this particular charity, create one so you can help Sierra Leone. There are people out there that need help. And all we are doing is to help others. So we raised about, you know, a total of $1,137 so far, up to the 18th. So the sales still go on. And I still get people that we don't order, we don't pay their money, right? And also within them, people that we order, some of them just decide for donate then change, or just donate. They get people that we donate $20, you know, or a little under that, right? And decide for just either donate or buy. So now, from mid-June to July 18, we don't raise about $1,137.90. Okay, so that they go into the charity account, and that we use for things that we get for the happen at the country. And we get upcoming things that we want for do. This is not an ongoing thing, just so long. I know it is at the Sierra Network Charity Foundation page, where this, if you're still interested, you can decide for order, and then we make arrangements. And we get t-shirts that we don't print out. As soon as we receive them, we will post them up for people that are interested. The person we work on it in the UK, so maybe now in Europe, we will be interested in ordering, and then so that the shipping will be a little bit of less of a hassle. I believe, you know, together we can do well. I work now, Jacoby Medical Center. I really want to tell everybody thank you at the hospital day, because I I'm going to floor to floor. I feel like I had, like, you know, I'm making two to a cow. I don't put on a middle. Well, I get 2 bags, go to the floors, ask people to buy, right? And I did that for a couple of weeks, you know, either I drop it off, take orders in, you know, I did that, you know, during my lunch break, just so that I could raise money. So I really hope we all can do this together. And we'll say this now, a non-profit. Everything we get, it will go into this charity. Nothing goes for anybody. Everybody is just putting their time and effort in this. And that would be me and AAA at this point. Because I really work on some of the walking, like, you know, behind the scenes and things like that. I really want to tell Kake Jalo family, thank you. The members of Sarah Network Charity Foundation family, WhatsApp group, those that have purchased items in this fundraising event, also my friends and my co-workers and beyond, you know, they'll continue to work together. And I know if we do that together, we can make Salon strong. So for that reason, I want to say work together, Sierra Leoneans, avoid violence like what just happened in McKinney. I'm still trying to process that, and I don't want to speak on that today because really it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling for our country, and that's not what we need. So I want to say, please, Sierra Leoneans, stop violence. Hashtag no violence in Sierra Leone. Hashtag no violence in Sierra Leone. That land needs to rise again. It doesn't need it. The reason why we are behind is because of the war we had. And we don't need that anymore. We don't. Please, I beg each and every Sierra Leonean, you can have a dialogue and maintain peace. That would help. Thank you very much, Triple.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jalo. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's now Dr. Aissatou Kake Jalo, and I am the lead coordinator for the Sierra Network Charity Foundation. I see people and they ask, say, what do they sell? Maybe before the end of the program, I go try for layouts on some of the pictures them, where I go put back on the screen so that we go see what's available. But if you go on our website, snradio.net, go on the foundation, the donation side, click on them, you go meet all the pictures then there of waiting you go able for buy. Or if even you see the numbers they will can upload Naya, just contact any one part of the numbers then they who can put Naya. Any one part of the numbers them. Just contact them and we go make you know waiting there for sale and waiting available. But again, just like how Dr. Aissatou say, there is a t-shirt that is going to be available soon. So we ask, and the t-shirt, not to Saloni they come out, but now the UK. Yes, the t-shirt is made in the UK. And we ask people them where they na Europe. Because we don't want to take the t-shirts them, we carry them back in the United States. That you say you want, they'll get for take them back from United States, ship them back in Europe. You don't understand. I believe so by next weekend, we're going to get pictures, maybe during the week, so we're going to get pictures of the t-shirts. And the t-shirt na AAA stroke Dr. Aissatou Kake Jalo designs. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. To get a little touch and all these things, you go like them, definitely. But the t-shirts will be available. So in case you are interested, please let us know so that as soon as possible we can able for say yes, this one they ship to United States and this one go left na Europe. Where they pass within Europe, then go able for the ship them across to people within Europe. So if you are interested, we get cups, we get books, we get pens, we get all these things. We're available. All in the name of raising money for charity. Have you seen what we've done? You don't see what we don't do? We begin first na Porti. We give Veronica buckets them. From there, we give hand washing stations them. You go to the Waterloo hospital, the government hospital in Waterloo, he did it. You go to Ferry, he did it. You know, we give Eastern Police, we give PZ and all that. We not only we give face mask. And we'll not just tap and say, inside Fikitong Nomo, Moyamba, and all these places. So, the latest one, also, we're going to come to hospital. We go donate to them, to the healthcare workers, them. And they feel so appreciated. Yeah? So please, 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 please. We're not like for Kaya, they can't talk, but they are the big, let them say, look, where they can't take in money, no, Even while they talk about the money to doctor, I start to begin about the money. You see the number of people will be there online, without each almost 120, 150. They don't go down, say, hey, they don't begin to talk about money. Oh, they don't begin to talk about money. Oh, Salon, the land that we love. And at the same money, line requirement. You know, the requirement say, you care for pay. You care for pay how much? How much requirement say? You care for pay 1,300,000. Now you pay for testing. That's also the requirement say. Then, if that first test say you positive, how much you go left? $200 now you could pay. So, be wise anyway. But standing up for just make we crack up a little bit. You know, this is the network. No, not to face the day by the t-shirt. The t-shirt na Sierra Network Charity Foundation logo na indie. Sierra Network Charity Foundation na indie by the t-shirt. Everybody who interested, please go na our website. Please go na the website snradio.net and just check on the Sierra Network Charity Foundation and go to donation. You go see the things them there. The numbers that we can put now, if you're interested, hey, contact Tweedy. Yeah? Okay. Make we out us friend, make a kind give in summary for today. Yes, us friend, waiting na summary for this week, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Triple A. Sakao, and thank you very much for welcoming me at the platform. And I thank very much the doctor at the house, with Dr. Isatu Jallo, Kake Jallo. I just try for ending baton on my side, we don't take. I just end a small forum. That phase 3 way they talk about, people they get to ask a lot of questions next time, but then go ask. That phase 3 way that they do now, because actually the production of the vaccine, and they talk about the vaccine now, process if for the undergo, wouldn't they use mostly rats and other animals then. But because of the pandemic and the thing we don't cause, everybody then they speed and fast track. So some of them they bypass them and try for go further for align them alongside in parallel. But this phase 3 stage we don't reach so now the stage where as then pass them now for production now. Then for produce the thing in mass numbers. And the phase 3 until the stage now where then they get two groups of people then they get one group who then they say now the placebo, that now the one way not to the actual vaccine. Then they just they make a normal, we not get any medication partner. Usually not just something like other just sterile water and some other things then they give. Then they get the other group of people who then they give the vaccine. Then they see how then they react to the system around them, then will become immune. And that's why they are the phase 3. As it passes now for producer now in bigger amounts. So that one then they wait. We safe now because the one way they talk about and the group what they do for them, they don't talk a last few days there, they call them Moderna. Now in them be recognized and they go do for the US. So they don't go very far. They don't even go up to Brazil. They don't go get another 1,000 members they would ready for the phase 3. And then we get Nayana UK, we get the one who the Oxford one, who the Imperial College they do. Then say they don't go almost to the phase 3. Then they can't try for Duam. Then say they don't go get people that would a few volunteers then and few volunteers then outside. So then say they ready now at that stage J for letting them go produce the vaccine. So but it gets stages them. But about vaccine again, why it's difficult so much for produce a vaccine way now for a virus? Now because of in your own way we God make them, you know, get cell. And it's difficult for deal with it. You get an acid like makeup when at the RNA. So another one day they can always get difficulty for let them go able for make protein they for meet up inside your system. So that when he did it now, the sickness we can go meet already, the body don't become used to that. It don't become used to that, so you could just deal with it now. But the bacteria, if like them, tuberculosis, all that thing, then it's slightly easy because then they use the actual bacilli or the very disease itself, the microscopic organism. Then the men are inside the cultural men are inside the lab. Then they make time it become inactive. What they say attenuate, but now inactive. And they make it get poison. They put it inside your body, so it go become part of your body now. So when the sick now, you don't meet already, the thing don't be a member of your body. So then they just deal with and they back. That are the most two different parts that one day. Then coming to the area of the test inside the airport, there's something I've been noticed there. I've just been clear this. Actually, the test then what they say that they do, not so the serology test at all, when not just the blood for me if you get antibodies. Now the actual antigen that they check for, I think you mentioned about the PCR. But the other stage, when the first diagnostic procedure, then I will take a temperature, then they scan you, do other things, then they even disinfect you at some point. They say they don't make that point today. Then when they say you don't get any signs and symptoms, they finally can take the actual test again. But whether you get signs and symptoms, let's say if you pass through those tests, you don't get no signs and symptoms of the temperature rise and other things, you will come again still, you do the test, one at the swab test. But waiting, I just want to highlight now, it relates to the electricity from waiting, me just the observe. I don't know if that is Naim. This test there, what they want to introduce, because you don't need a lab, and obviously you need a lab like a negative pressure. Because in everything, kind of a cartridge. I feel say the electricity way not constant inside Lunge, and this type of test what they want to go implement they, turn like the PCR where something if the light goes they can adjust them, they continue from the area where they do the test. This particular test, the cartridge is expensive. The light as it go off, because it deal with high thermal, it emits a high temperature, na thermal test like it introduced. So that light, as it go off, all that test they don't spoil. Then get for start all over. That means it's gonna cost them money for replace another cartridge for use and back. So I don't know if not for that, they actually they try to fast track the presence of this particular generator with a need from McKinney. I don't know how them if we don't deal with them, if there was another way or that is the only last resort. We go get a machine there because they're in a standby machine because of the hydro what they use. But when they do that 12 days and Sunday with the light can cut off, then in the standby for use. But I know say all things wouldn't happen there. I know we go inside and too detail. I know say there are issues of communication, of engagement, and people they not understand and they don't know their civil rights. In other words, there is a blame game on both sides. We don't be there for centuries. Now that particular place, the way I would only hope say, as now then they do that civil education, there is a group who they try for do them, then go able for educate the civilians, then the civil rights and civil duties, or how for channel something where it happened. Then that's I know what me want to talk with that side. Because if electricity business come, then get many ways, but it don't come out now emergency business. Then get another system wherein the electricity, when it come out, now decide with the generator, then get the network with the transmitter, then get the area with the distributor, and then finally come to the one with the user. But if they want to reduce the carbon footprint, where the world they try to do now, I don't think they are there for they find a way by introducing turbine. They don't get now solar panel then they use the solar panel for electricity. Then get now the turbine, the wind turbine, now they don't get it. But the solar panel and the other area for store energy, they begin to bring them, but not how far they will bring them in big way. But there is one way, a particular one, which Sierra Leone is able to try implement them. I've just been to find out these days. Then call them an Edison screw. This wire, now something like a tunnel, so like a big screw, that something where they turn. Then they put them at the edge of a river where they flow. And this tier, now they water they can go like propeller them, but in a like a screw, long, now the shape of a screw, but in a bigger form. So the areas then where they see the screw like they go down in that spiral way. Now the water they hit in the turn, and the more it turn, it generate electricity for give them. For install that type machine there, it will cost £100,000 for install them. Now we say them go install in a salon. Okay, it costs me up to, let's say, 1.5 of the 100. Okay, now we put on that way in anyway. But just the same, but these are other ways we then go able, because there are rivers flowing. There is a river next to Freetown. There you get areas where water they fall, where the water they run. All those areas, then we think about it in the near future, how they will able to reduce the carbon footprint, because in all the world they do now for find out a carbon footprint, so that they will able to get electricity instead of them depend on up on that boom now where people instead of then go walk the wolf now gold and diamond, then they go find. They turn out that they say they concentrate on making the dam, it take a longer time. So the outside number one for take. All right, then the final one about this flood there will be happen at Salone. I've been just mentioning this about vegetation. The usefulness of vegetation, if you then get for plant them, because people then some then will ask why then they plant trees. Okay, then we'll see and say it stop the water. When they stop the water for letting it flow, they absorb them. But again, it also helps for also control the oxygen and the carbon dioxide in the air. And it do them because that one day, if you're not controlling back, it can cause it affect the ozone layer. That now the side where the AC, they look up in the sky, so that layer they right up. It affects them when they change the pressure where rain they come more than the acquired amount of rain. So that one day, if you can get the plants in and they pull oxygen in the daytime, then the carbon dioxide will they breathe out, now in the take. So it reduce the carbon dioxide in the air. And at the same time, it also reduce the carbon footprint. But the only time in they use carbon, oxygen at night time, we light no day. But that one is for energy, but that's in a small scale. And the plant then they do. So now that one day, the goodness of a vegetation day, it is stop the ground for letting not peel, letting not erode or broke. They also help the plant for do that one day. That now that side number one for take. So that they go able look how they go able for people and go know the awareness of trees and go see and then cut them or go do other things. Then at that side number one for take. And then before they go, land go keep on along. Now the court case will be happen regarding the ACC. A land say they may get two requests where they make. They make what is then called a non-juror or a judge only who for decide the case. But on that side, when the non-juror, they not be able to get side winner for approve. So that cause the non-juror, the jurors over them put, then go look out the case say it void. So now that they all feel say ACC, if they're able to amend some of the laws where they go give them independence over their own rights, where if they see that they pursue a case, then get the liable area for let them go prosecute the case to the end. But if the law they one side, then say then your law gets out where they reach, they know they exceed that side day, so they're not going to execute their own side. So now that one day no more, I want for just say. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. May God continue for bless with land.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. That's Usman. Make we call it Tony. Make we hear waiting to get for it today. Yes, Tony, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks so much. Let's start with the incident Namakini. May the souls of all the departed rest in perfect peace. Because it's a sad day for the families them we lost loved ones. And I believe say not all my way die. May they part of the riot or we may they some people that may they about their own private things them. But unfortunately, I mean they have to. You know, for victim and the hospital, some they are mortuary and all. May their soul rest in perfect peace. And many a times I've said this, and I will say them again. The way and manner we police then the handle crisis and riots in Sierra Leone, I think many a times you're unprofessional. I would say 60 or 70% the way they handle them. This is not the first time. Riots don't be, people then they die. Look, all the demonstrations there where they go in America, even at the wall. And obviously, it reach 10 people them or whatever people them with them and handle. You still have good policing, especially in Massachusetts, where me found myself. You understand? We still get good cops them. You understand? And the reason why they say this is that many a times we police and then they use the wrong method in the escalating situation. When something that happen, there are several means you can use or approaches you can use for de-escalate situations where you can for disperse the crowd. Like just Usman Soli mentioned, so you can use rubber bullets. Then get to water machine where them you go by we get out water. Where you can use for spray people them. You go better you roast people them or burn them than the result to them get to them situation where in because one them bullets and then money. One bullet na money not so cheap thing way. You will just waste. So, you understand? When they use them thing a day, or when there is a serious way, the first one where there is a serious situation, not a situation like we they get we they get in that kind of situation, we probably in a peaceful demonstration. And when you look at the whole thing, I feel say there was a communication gap. I know several instances or several efforts being made for meeting authorities and try to explain things, but you still get the regional minister or the minister north where they represent the areas in there. Then go take generator na Kono. It was the same thing. You get for result to death, just like the same way it happens. So then go take generator from Kono for Kergo. Do you understand? And you therefore know say people then still in that kind of trouble. People then still in that kind of trauma. Even though people don't say what the war done, but people then still they on edge on certain things them. And so whenever the police they handle certain stuff them, they have to be that professionalism. You understand? If possible, go on a radio, right time. Explain to the people if you see say you don't get a bottleneck situation. In breakthrough for explain to them the reason for get the generator. Get a forum where you go explain in a radio program, get the audience and make them understand. So that's 10 days somebody go know. Many a times when some of these things they happen, the people are misinformed. They know they get them the right, they know they get the information they right to. Somebody go just come and say, oh, I can't come out with generator, but can't go outside. And we all know what thing we decline every day about power. Power plays a very great role, integral role in the life of people in a salon. Especially like now we're in the camp. There is no means, no amenities or social things that social amenities where people then go engage in. People then just sit down and go use their light for charge phone, they go use their light for do other things. We understand, say it was a standby generator. You understand? But we have to remember, say, when they say not so the gas generator is not owned by McKinney people, it's owned by the people of Sierra Leone. Now, public property, no government not use not to them personal coffer, then take buy the generator. It's from the same taxpayers' money. You understand? We agree say it can be moved from left to right, center or back or east to west. You understand? But no, you know, say now because my kingdom not get right for real, not to their personal property. It's their property. They don't allocate them to them. So if you want to go take generator, you go for there must be that dialogue, a very good way where you go for dialogue and talk to them. Don't suppose you say something happen with the generator now where they give them light. Problem happen. Definitely. So they say they look at an alternative, say, the only two they now so right now, nothing they happen right now. Nothing they happen at McKinney. So what you where they keep way up, now generator where they take for where the lights where they charge the phone. Watch TV or watch news, watch things that watch the things that already happen around the world, and then can't think they must be hot. So you can forget the way they disperse crowd, use prophets because anybody will kill now a family person. It belongs to a family, not to a dog where you kill on the streets. They can forget the manner. But I know I'm bringing politics into this whole thing, you understand? Because if somebody say this is not to the SLPP of Pakaba in 10, or somebody with regional minister, they talk, say, we go fight, we go shoot food, we go this or that. These are all these things that they play in their minds. People in authority have said things before this incident happened. We're still in other people their mind. We're still in the law enforcement officer their mind. So if they get some of those information coming from stakeholders, people that went up to know better, you understand? This is not the same to somebody send Abu in a video in one group. And when you watch it, it's the same what he say, nine apples so. Nine apple. You understand? So basically what he make, I'm not be labeled on that point, but we police them not professionally handling so many riots. Even at Kabbalah, actually the first time the people of Kabbalah demonstrate the youth there. When they demonstrate, they want to pull the youth village, they try and go on side. Then demonstrate, police kill them. Students of Pojala.
Okay. We all lost Tony. Let me see. Because Naina the last panelist. Okay, we don't get him back. Yes, you can continue.
So I just found the label on that point. And it feels so grieved when you get people that will miss the unwanted death, where on death, untimely death. So I will say, okay, the lawless. Yes. If the laws are yes, it can relate to lawlessness. You understand? Because what he made, probably the right channel not be used. Now I make a result to the kind of situation. You understand? Then the other area where I want to talk about, the area of this Lunge issue. We all know, okay, a lot of people raise eyebrow, oh, the money exorbitant, it's like they want to make profit, or they want for waiting. No, call it speed. How many Sierra Leoneans they already traveled from the diaspora right now go salon at this period? We're season at this period. How many? We are possibly busy during it. If I mean December, and we all know, say, probably before December, corona vaccines then go down there. You understand? So this kind of cry not go there, not going to be too alarming. But we need to look at the scenario. Then look at it as a scenario. This night, kids would not give to Sierra Leone. You not even get 1 million test kits. Then you take you begin give free. You begin give do and free for people that already come in, people that already. What about if they are wrong shots of the thing? They're not able for user now on people. Where they on the ground, You know, so we just look at things holistically. $150, $100 a month, almost $150, bro. No police paid. That's why we come to salon now. We just say the government, they take people their money, they want for you to put their money. Now for $150. Some when they go bab na $30 we pay for bab for 1 single scan na $30. Almost $30. What you do they cry like say, oh, they want for you money, now $200 for go to your own country for go enjoy. For go see your family. You look $150. Let's say now big money. I don't say things are hard, things are difficult. If now somebody in a salon they cry for $150, I can understand say yes, nothing not the go on at the country. Things are hard, no jobs, people and they really say, oh, you come on, you don't buy ticket $1,800. You don't buy ticket $1,500. You don't some man don't put insurance with you. Some man don't pay for excess luggage. You don't spend money, you go on the ground for your safety. They say make you not carry this thing at this country, they want for test you. That's what saying that money we they give free. Now money for you for preventing people the way they do. If you don't say the money exorbitant is too much, no go.
Okay, Anthony, before I will only under quick. Now you they say waiting at $150 and nothing. What about families them where they go? You don't think say that money they add up? Let me clear yesterday. I insist. If you feel it's not important for you right now, it's not necessary to the good part. Now we say, because you don't know. We don't know say this now unusual time. This is not so ordinary. No, I understand that. We have the try for advice people say no go, but the one way they say waiting $150 like it's nothing, but when you get a family of 4, that's money right there.
How many taxes are we paying here and other place here with it? How many taxes? We're paying huge taxes. You know they did all this. You know they did 365 days.
Exactly. You so these people the way they go, even possibly they go to family, they carry more money go because he get for take care of him picking and day. You
Absolutely
understand?
Right.
You get for take care of him, so you get for carry more money. So if you think about him on the other end, it's not like it's rosy on all of, if a single person they go, you go say what you say so. But with the family, I think no, if there is a concession, they need to get a concession for families.
Okay, that's at you understand that area. They say you go to family, not so you want. That's at you understand. But let's call it so this is not business. Business now we use on for make profits. This now is a break even. So money spent and get them back. Now it cost recovery. Spend $50 for getting the tip and get the $50 back. It's not like a business. This is not business. Business now we do something for get profits. This now just a break even. Let government just spend money, what they use, then take that money the way you pay, then replace kids back. So if the people are waiting at the we don't know when Corona they don't. And the kids when they don't see for everybody, for everybody where the Corona they that's one out for go waiting and go. These kids now for them where they at the ground. Now say the amount of people that when they travel, just foreigners okay. They travel.
I go let you make you go, but wait. You say these kids are for them waiting at the ground. But yesterday waiting the digital way. Even them waiting at the ground, let me say people are waiting Sierra Leone now. As long as they want to travel, it's not for them. As long as you want to travel, even we say enough for them at the ground, but it's saying not for the traveling public. As long as if
what you mean for them, what you mean for them, the allocation made. Now for when they say for do free testing, because do free testing in a special courts. Now for what they are now for them. Where they on the ground. Not to put you want for travel. Say I want for travel. When I can't do the test, I want for go. Somebody will go do the test. They let me tell them say I want for user for travel. And you understand what I mean? I don't know if they give you certificate. Like when what we do, I don't do Corona test twice. They're not they give you certificates unless you request for and say, okay, I needed the certificate for my job or I need them for this or this. They don't think they can give. But what they say is the quantity where they get in a salon, not that much. For me, they begin the amount, the price, exam, you got to look at the cost. Imagine there is a devaluation in currency, the currency to dollar. There is a huge devaluation. So when you look about $10, if you equate that into salon money, 100,000. When you look about $20, it's 200,000. So the devaluation they make, we local currency, they make and like say the money plenty.
Well, if you
because of devaluation.
Western Union,
look at the unit cost of the item today.
Where you send Western Union MoneyGram, they reach and they say for even past that one the way they talk so. Because now $100 is less than 1 million.
The devaluation of the currency. You understand? So they make you sell $100, you get $900 and something. If they can look at the money like self-food. So $100 and $900 and something after salon. When you go back $30 and you say 300,000 expensive for go back or like 280,000, they look at saying a plenty money because of the devaluation. So you go for watch the currency, say we money, not the better with, and then keep here, not only else they go take back. Now dollar then they use of foreign currencies. The exchange rate, the whatever way you get for use, you get for pay all those amounts. So therefore look at not so just the money they call in euros like say big. Now, because of the exchange rate difference, with devaluation of the currency, but you call it spade. You dey go salon from. If not burying, I get me, mama, I get buried. I not get choice. I get for go. You don't go. We understand the situation, but this is not a normal times. Canada, if you go Canada today, let's say you come to Canada, Kenya, you go back to Canada. I get friend go just go Canada back. Then you get banned in hand. Enough for come out. You get special band then get at the airport. Where they get at the airport, that band they where they see at the know so you just can't for in a house 14 days quarantine. If they see in streets, you understand what that they see in streets not their crime. And then if you travel, you come with Corona. Now on your own, your insurance not ready to cover. Now you get for spend for you for cover your insurance. And so they happen. And that's when we just return back to Canada. You understand? Now you your own for cover. So what they say about it, not so normal, so not false positive, Kango, lower Kango. We bola send me in a saloon to Adobra. Now we know not to buy tickets for Can America. What all they want for Can? You understand? Because not so normal time. Tickets escalate, you go up the roof. You can, 8 million, 800. You go 15 million. Because not so normal times. So if you don't say this not so normal times, you don't say the money is not times, you're not able for food. Don't go. Sit and wait. When things normalize, you travel. You don't force somebody. Say, oh, they want to make money, they want to make. Nobody not force you to say go. It's not for yourself. Not for the money, not to say that for it. Not for you, your health. But the money they look at like saying Boku money, not so Boku money because there's a devaluation of the currency and a foreign exchange for you. So buy the kits for replace the kits back. That's what I mean.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that's now Tony on take. And for Skipule, me I feel say $150 book. Me not get answer. You know, they say everybody and different. So we want to believe say some people and think say it's not much of a money. But we all they say all condole in Belen are gone. You don't know who's one in Belen de ata. You understand? So some people $150 is nothing. But if you think our family of Amos, we 5, how much if you say that one they don't bring extra to them budget? Everybody when they travel don't want to spend that much money. You know? So if there is a concession for families, then okay, we can understand. Maybe you could say a solo traveler. This is what a solo traveler is going to have to foot. Okay. But at the end of the day, you go just get for Adam to your traveling cost. Like what me can do. What me can do, because now that's the coach me can take. I add the money to me ticket. Saying a social and so you get for cost me. So I know say already did it. So now if me want for go salon, this Amos way then they say you get for Adam and things say, do you want to spend that money? If you want for spend, then that's fine. If you don't want for spend, then don't go. But me, not they try for justify for government. Who that they will not like free? Show me. Who that they will not like free? You know? And beaucoup money don't come inside. At least when at the diaspora something that side they will save go able to taste by the donation that we come inside. When they able buy for we test kits, they use them per we. But they said no, we gotta pay for it.